Okay, so today we're going to be testing your range of motion for wrist extension, flexion, and wrist deviation. So if you would like to, I'm just going to put you in this position, and we're going to be measuring wrist extension to see how much range of motion you have. And we'll line up the goniometer to your wrist. The second metacarpal, and then I'm going to ask you to move your arm like this into extension, so backwards if you can. And I'm just going to follow you. Okay, so I got about 65, and then passive about 75. Okay, and then we're going to go into the opposite direction, your wrist, for flexion. So just go ahead and go in, and I'm going to do this. And I got about 65. And active, I got about 70. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to go into deviation, so I'm going to lie you flat. And so we're going to be doing this movement going like this. Okay? So I'm going to line up to the third metacarpal. And so we're going to do ulnar deviation, so make your wrist go in this direction as far as you can. Okay, I got about 20 degrees, and then not much more for passive. And then we're going to line you back up into neutral. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to go in the opposite direction with your wrist. So move your hand as far as you can in. I got about 15, and not a whole lot more for passive. Okay, so now we're going to go into the manual muscle testing. So for extension, against gravity, we're going to have you palm down. So I'm going to ask you if you can just lift your hand up off the table like this. Okay, good. So you have good range of motion for wrist extension. So I'm just going to put you about midway, and then I'm going to stabilize you and then add a little resistance. So just don't let me move you. So don't let me move you. Don't let me move you. Okay, you have really good resistance. So if you didn't, I would move you into gravity neutral.
Are you still doing something, Mom?
Yes.
When you are done, can you put the food up?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Neutral. And I would ask you if you could do lip extension, so you would be going this way. But if you were weak, I would palpate you right here at the second and third metacarpal, the base. And okay, just try a little. Okay, yep, I did feel a little bit of contraction. Do it again. Okay. Alrighty, and then now we're going to move to flexion. So you would be in this position for gravity. So moving against gravity, you would lift your hand off the table. Can you do that? For wrist flexion, yes. And so I'll put her into about mid-range, stabilizing the wrist, and now I'm going to apply a little bit of resistance. Just don't let me move you, okay? Don't let me move you, don't let me move you. Alright, good. So she has really good strength for wrist flexion, but if she didn't, I would put her in gravity neutral, which is this position. And so we're going to be doing wrist flexion. You're going to just do like this, but if you are weak, you might not be able to, so I will palpate you at the base of the third metacarpal. Alright, and just try it a little. Not that much. Okay, good. And I did feel it palpate, so I would grade her a trace grade. Alright. That's it.